Hi, this is Tom, and in this episode we're going to multiply the two binomials that have radicals in them. Before we start, first notice this, that the terms are the same in both. The first, they both have 4 square root of 3 and the square root of 5 in both of these. The binomials only differ by the signs. The first one has a minus, the second one has a plus. Since the only difference is the signs, I suspect that this is a difference of squares, meaning we should end up with something squared times something squared minus something squared. Now, when we multiply, what we're going to do is we're going to distribute. So the first thing that we're going to do is get onto my other screen here. Is we're going to distribute 4 times the square root of 3 to 4 times the square root of 3, and then we're going to distribute it times the square root of 5. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to repeat the process, and we're going to go negative square root of 5 times 4 square root of 3 and negative square root of 5 times square root of 5. Alright, here we go. And so to help keep track of this, we'll do these in color. So let's do the red set of distributions first. So this, and I'll write all these steps out, and then we'll go through the simplifying of all the radicals. We have 4 square root of 3 times 4 square root of 3. Then the next one is going to be, we have 4 square root of 3, so plus, it's going to be a 4 square root of 3 times the square root of 5. Okay, then let's deal with our blue distribution. That's going to be, we have a negative here, so we're going to have a minus. That's going to be, and I'm going to order them. The order doesn't matter. So 4 square root of 3 times the square root of 5. And then notice I'm going to have a negative times a positive, so it'll give me a negative result, and that's going to be the square root of 5 times square root of 5. Okay, now we can begin to put all this back together. So we're going to do that now in black. Now notice that when I multiply 4 square root of 3 times 4 square root of 3, what you want to do is first multiply the coefficients on the radicals. So you're going to take the 4 times 4. You can rearrange the terms. So, and I'll write that just so that we can see it. I'm going to deal with the 4 times 4 first, and then the square root of 3 times the square root of 3. In this next one, let's just start putting this together right now. Here I have a 4, a square root of 3, and a square root of 5. I'm going to just multiply what's underneath the radicals. So that's going to give me a 4 square root of 3 times 5, or 15. The next one is I'm going to have a minus 4, and then the square root of 3 times the square root of 5. Again, that's going to give us the square root of 15. Now here I have a minus, and I have a square root of 5 times the square root of 5. Well, that becomes the square root of 25. Okay, let's come back over here. I have a 4 times 4. That's going to be a 16. Square root of 3 times the square root of 3, that's going to give me a square root of 9. Now notice that we don't write the times sign right here, but there's always one implied. Now let's come to these two terms. Notice that these are simply opposites. Since the radical piece matches the square root of 15, then we can just add and subtract the coefficients. So plus 4 root 15 minus 4 root 15, that's just 0. So this is equal to 0 there. Now then, let's deal with this negative 25. We'll put that over here. So if we take, negative square root 25. If we take the square root of 25, that's simply 5. And once we take the square root, we don't write the radical sign anymore. So we're simply left with a 5. Now let's come down here. We're almost done. If we take the square root of 9, that's 3. So this becomes 16 times 3 minus 5. Remember, the order of operations indicates that we deal with our multiplication before our subtraction. So when I multiply 16 times 3, that's going to give me 48. Take away 5. it looks like this works out to simply 43. And there you have it. That's how you multiply 4 square root of 3 minus the square root of 5 times 4 square root of 3 plus square root of 5. Thank you.